Hey, lovely. I'm super excited to chat to you. By the way, I'm Lise Cartwright, founder of Hustle and Groove, the Digital Income Accelerator and Recurring Profits Academy. And what I want to talk to you today about is what I call the money making marketing plan. And really, this is an overview of all the things that we do inside the Digital Income Accelerator. And so I just wanted to kind of walk through what this process looks like so that you can go off and do this for yourself. Or if you wait to the end of this video, you'll also have an invitation to come and join us. But first things first, what is money making marketing? Well, money making marketing is where you're actually setting up all the elements and pieces in your business for you to make money every single day. Now, we can really condense this down. In fact, we could literally stop this video because really all that you need to do is present the opportunity for people to buy from you every single day, right? That's it. But there are a whole bunch of things that kind of go into this, and that's why this video isn't stopping right now. So we're going to follow this awesome path, and I know that you're going to ask this question, so I'm going to answer it right now. The program that I use to create this is this amazing program called Sketch Wow, as in WOW. I love it. I think it's like $50, lifetime deal. Go Google it, you'll find it, but it allows you to create these really awesome diagrams, so many things. Now, I could have gone and done this in Canva, but honestly, this is already built in, and so you can just go in and modify. So they have a whole bunch of templates, all of those things. But I know that when I watch things like this and someone's done something like this, the thing that is forefront of my mind is, how did this come to be? So I wanted to answer that question for you. So we're going to start here. So typically when someone comes into the Digital Income Accelerator, one of the first things that I do is go through their human design chart. So I do a personalized reading through the lens of business. Now, human design doesn't necessarily need to be something that you are focused on, but what it does do is allow you to really understand how you are just designed to do the things that are easy and fun for you. Now, we don't go through life completely unaware of what that looks like for us, but what it does do once you discover human design is just gives you that blueprint to just go back to again and again and again. Now, I discovered human design in 2020 when the world went a little crazy. And since I've been following my way of doing business, right? I'm multi-passionate, which means I have lots of different things on the go. I pivot and change my mind all the time. I don't tend to stick to one thing. I've always got multiple things on the go, and yet I still make money. And that was one of the reasons why human design became such a huge part of my business and the way that I help teach, mentor, and support my actual members, right? Is helping them integrate their own human design into business so that they can make decisions that are aligned, but also to just simply do the things that are easy and fun for them, right? There's no one size fits all strategies when it comes to running our business, yet that is what we tend to do, right? We go through this process of following what everybody else is doing because that person over there is having success or that person over there is having success. Yet, and this has certainly been my experience, you go through all the process and action steps and you do all the things, right? You are an action taker, you implement, and yet you don't have the same results. And instead you end up walking away feeling less than, feeling like you missed the boat somewhere along the lines, or feeling like you're just plain stupid. And that was certainly how I felt at the end of 2019. I felt really dumb. I felt like I'd just been kind of winging it when it came to my business because at the end of 2019, I'd been in business for about 8 years, and I went through the feast and famine cycle. So this is why this now exists. This is why this plan is here, because I want to help you figure out your own money-making marketing. Because if you don't know what that looks like for you, then how can you do the things that are easy and fun? So the get clarity piece starts with understanding your human design. Now, you don't have to go full deep into it. It's literally about following strategy and authority. And if you keep it that simple, it really will be easy and fun because that's how everything is meant to be. And if you don't gel with the human design, it's totally fine. You don't need it. The only thing that I would say to you is just make sure that you are doing things that feel really good to you. right? And we all know what that looks like. Not this guy up here, right? Don't allow the head to be the thing that we make decisions with, regardless of human design or not. Our head centers are not where we make decisions from. They are there to process logic, fact, problem solve, but they are not here to help to be the final decision-making process. That is very much about how does it feel when you think about the thing that you're thinking about doing, right? That's really what that looks like. So we start with the clarity piece and going through your human design chart. I point out where your best next steps are, tell you a little bit about how you're designed to operate in business, and you fill out a form so I have a fairly clear picture of what you're looking to do. So everything is personalized. That's the thing. You come into the Digital Income Accelerator and everything is personalized. You have a ton of content if you so choose to go through, but you don't need to, because I'm literally going to say, hey, here's what this looks like. Then we also need to ensure that you have got your offer suite planned out, you know who your audience is, all of those things. And this is not about niching down. So I don't resonate when people say, oh, you have to pick a niche, because I'm like, I can't. I've got too many things that I've got my fingers in, right? Too many pies that I've got my fingers in, and that's great for me. I love that. So if you are someone that likes to niche down, awesome. Then you'd pick that niche. But if you're not, then what it means is, and what I teach is that when it comes to your offers, it's not about niching down. It's about being specific about the audience that you're trying to get in front of with that offer, right? So it's who is the ideal audience for that offer, right? And so I guess it's kind of niching down, but it's not in the sense of how everyone else kind of talks about it. We are just making sure that when we are presenting our offers, right, because that's exactly what we're going to be doing, we're clear on who the audience is and the tangible result, right? So that's what happens in the start phase. There's like a getting started protocol that you go through. Then we start to split into paths, because it just depends, right? It depends on where you are in your business. Now, I'm a huge fan of never putting an offer out there without first validating it first. And so in path 1, there is a training called Get Paid to Create, which is all about pre-selling and validating your offers. So if you're like me, you probably have a ton of ideas coming at you. Rather than go down the path of creating them all, let's just see if anyone wants to buy them first, right? Let's just see if what it is that you're thinking resonates with your audience, but also that you do a great job of being able to communicate that to your audience, right? So we have a really solid, tangible offer statement that we put in front of our audience, right? And we literally get them to say, yeah, I want this thing. Tell me how I can buy. Then we put together a really simple sales page with a video that explains everything that they're going to get. And then you go. Now, here's the great thing about this. If nobody buys, awesome. That's just giving you some data to then figure out, okay, well, if they don't want that, what do they want, right? So I love this process. I never create anything unless I've pre-sold and validated it through the Get Paid to Create process. So then that's kind of path 1. And you will rinse and repeat this for every single offer that you ever do. And it doesn't matter what or how much your offer is, we're just putting it out in front of people. I will say though that typically this would be your kind of lower cost to mid-tier offers. Your high ticket offers are designed to be more for people who already know, like, and trust you, right? I never put a high ticket offer in front of a cold audience. That's pretty hard to sell. But if you have a warm audience, then you could conceivably pre-sell a high ticket offer. Here's the thing. You get to figure this out for yourself. You get to test all the things. You don't have to do what I say, because I'm never going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm always going to filter it through, okay, what is Jenny's human design chart telling me? So we have awesome conversations every single week via Voxer one-on-one, and we also have group coaching calls twice a month. So plenty of opportunities to have conversations with me, with other members. So then we go into path 2, which is what I call the discoverable content system setup. So this is where we are talking about organic reach. So I'm not a huge fan of having to, again, run ads to a cold audience. Discoverable content is very much about you being discoverable when your audience is looking for the answer, right? So it's kind of search engine optimization, if you understand that at all, but not in the weeds. We go very, very high level. But when you set this up, it's very, very quick, right? Within 90 days, you are starting to get people coming into your world, either purchasing your kind of front end offer, right? The thing that brings people into your world, or joining your email list, depending on how you're choosing to do that, right? So discoverable content is about long form content, blog, podcast, YouTube channel, one of those three. Do not need to do all of them, and optimizing every piece of content. Now, here's the thing. This is not about creating more content. This is about creating strategic content. Now, we use a thing called the Magnetic Messaging Organizer. And that allows you to filter every piece of content that you have or that you're planning to create through the lens of your offers, right? So that's why at the starting phase, we need to look at our offer suite and figure out what all of those components are. Because when we get to this discoverable content system, then we want to be creating content based on our offers, right? So this is not about having to create an offer, create content every single month. Once you've got an offer and you only might create 2 or 3 pieces of long form content, then you're good to go, right? You don't need to keep recreating all the things. So path 1 and path 2, you might do one first, or you might need to do both of them. We won't know until we have a conversation. And then we want to evergreen this process, right? So all paths lead to the evergreen. And what this really is all about is you setting up really strong systems inside your email to ensure that people are being presented with the opportunity to buy from you on a regular basis, but also, again, based on your offers. How can you educate and get people into your offers even if they don't buy initially? And that's what that kind of looks like. And then we also do some retargeting in that process. So that's kind of the overview. And then we get down to this pink area, which is really the daily nuts and bolts, right? The daily action steps that you're going to ensure you are doing. So it is grow, nurture, sell. Those are the 3 things we need to do every single day to ensure that our business is making money, to ensure that we are serving the people that we want to be serving. So in the grow area, this is about offers or audience. So am I growing offers? Am I growing audience? So we may not need to grow as in add more offers, but we might need to tweak and refine them. We might need to update them, and that falls under that grow bucket. Audience, this is about how am I getting people into my world every single day? Now, I'm a huge fan of automating that, and you can run lead generation ads, but you could also do things like video view ads if you have a YouTube channel, right? So there's lots of different ways that you can do this, but there's also collaborations, right? If you don't want to pay to get people into your world, there are ongoing opportunities for you to do this. Now, personally, I do both. I love collaborations. It aligns with my 2-4 personality. And so for me, I do a collaboration at least every other month, sometimes every month, whilst I also have lead generation ads going in the background or video view ads running in the background. Now I'm spending like $5 a day, right? So this is not going to break the bank to do that, but you don't have to do it. But all you need to think about is, okay, how am I growing my audience? Like that's the first task for your day. The next task is nurturing. And this is typically through your newsletters. This could be on social media. Now, full caveat, full transparency. Personally, I'm not someone who gels with social media. I use it, but I'm not active. And every time someone says this to me, they're like, oh, I have to post on social media, blah, blah, blah. You do not. I have not been on social media for a good 2 or 3 years now. Now, I do schedule stuff, right? So there's a difference between being on social media and being active versus just scheduling content. So there is a space for socials, but you don't have to be on social media to make this work for you. I personally have nurtured my email list, and so I send out an email pretty much every day. Again, this doesn't get to be hard because there is an awesome process called the Story Bank that allows you to do this with ease. And then finally, your last task is selling. And this is, again, presenting the opportunity for someone to buy from you every single day. And we go through different ways that you can do that. You can optimize your emails. Have you optimized your content, which you should have? And then are there ways that you can create a whole bunch of funnels that automate this process even more? Now, there is a space for conversion ads if that's something that you want to do. But again, don't need to do that, right? Collaboration is generally where all roads lead to, because I'm a huge fan of doing that. So bottom line, when you are sitting down to create your money-making marketing plan, how are you presenting the opportunity for someone to buy from you every single day? And how are you communicating the tangible result that you're getting someone? Those are the two questions that you need to ask and answer for yourself, and then go forth and create your money-making marketing plan. Now, if you want to join the most amazing community of people who are working on doing this for themselves, I'd love to invite you to check out the Digital Income Accelerator. More details below. And that's it. I'll see you there. Take care.